So, hopefully you guys can hear this. But this is going to be a good example. I'm not laughing at the person who did this video. I'm laughing at the video, but hopefully you can hear this because this is a perfect example of how far people have gone. I mean, it's not just a fact of I ran off the road into the ditch. These people run off the road, jump the embankment, are knocking trees down, and they're carrying off into the back valley, never to be seen or heard from again. Oh my. I've been cruising through YouTube looking for people that are claiming that the bride is one woman. Oh, y'all got to hear this one. This is unbelievable. And it's okay to laugh. Trust me, nobody's going to get mad at you. But this is a great example of what's going on. I'm only going to play a few minutes of it. I'm not going to play the whole video because you only need a few minutes to hear everything that's going on. Oh, God, listen to this.
In the Maryland calling me. She's just a girl and she's on fire.
Hi, I have a shocking revelation and I believe that this news can change the world, providing people can believe it. And in this video, I'm going to bring forth the evidence that I have to prove that this revelation is true. I've been researching the Bible for about 3 years now, and I feel like I understand it in a completely different way to how everyone else understands it. The Bible says that there's 3 temples of God. By temple, I think it means body, as in like a vessel, because I believe in reincarnation, and I've always believed in reincarnation. And so the temple of God is just the body that God's soul will dwell in. So I believe God's soul came down as Eve. She was born from semi-evolved monkeys, but she had human DNA inside her blood, which was why she was different. I believe she had a kid with another semi-evolved monkey, and you were saved through the blood of Christ because you were saved through her blood, because her blood runs inside all humans' veins. For it was her blood that helped evolve monkeys into humans. And scientists back up this claim, because there is something very different about human DNA versus animal DNA, and they believe that this change in the DNA stemmed from one woman, and I believe the Bible calls her Christ. Only because people in the past have rejected the mother, they've rejected God the female. The Bible actually puts Eve down and says that she cursed the world because she wanted to bring knowledge. Why anyone would see that as being a bad thing is a bit of a mystery, but that's just one more proof behind why I believe Eve is the real Christ, because she brings knowledge. Many people say that the Bible is about Jesus being the Messiah, but I would argue against that, because I would say that the Jesus character of the Bible isn't about someone who came and lived in the past, but rather it's just a prophecy of someone who will come with a different name in the future. It's a prophecy saying that someone will come, die, and then be reborn again on the 3rd day. I believe this Eve character died, came back as Elia Hudson, died in a plane crash just before 9/11, the world's biggest plane crash disaster, and then she was reborn on the 3rd day. In this video, I'm going to provide all the evidence that you would need to believe that such thing could be real. I don't believe that Jesus is the Christ.
I can't listen to no more. That is hilarious. But this is an example of some of the stupid stuff people come up with. And, you know, you almost want to feel sorry for somebody like that and go, well, they've been deceived. But according to her, she studied the Bible for 3 years and she knows it better than anybody else. I have to admit, it seems like the 2.5 to 3 year mark is when people decide to either keep going down the railroad track or have a wreck. You know, and when they have a wreck, I mean, it's a bad one. They locked every car off the track, took out 2 or 3 towns, killed somebody's dog. I mean, it just went haywire. But this is, when you start digging around, this is the craziness that you run into. It's because people will not look at this from an adult standpoint. They keep adding their carnal thinking into these things. They won't listen to any sound doctrine whatsoever. You can see my comment down there. Ephesians 5. Go read Ephesians 5. Simple. I've been going through there every time I find one like that. I'll go read Ephesians 5. How do you reason with people like this? You can't. It's impossible. That you see what's on this screen? This woman's crazy. She's completely lost her mind. This is the kind of stuff that psychiatrists do case studies on. This kind of thinking right here. This is just out there. But that's what you're dealing with. I ran across a couple of videos. I was hoping to find some that were going to show their wedding dress. But there was one gal. She quit YouTube 7 months ago because she thought she was going. She's like, all right, that's it. I'm out of here, guys. He's the one. Good Lord, what's wrong with these people? And you know what? At the very end, they'll still fight against it because they so desperately want it to be about them. They don't want it to be about him. But that's what... Well, if you're up for it, go into the YouTube search bar and type in, I am the bride of Christ. I Am the Bride of Christ videos, I Am the Bride of Christ wedding dress, I bought a wedding dress because I'm the bride of Christ, any combination of those words, and just scroll through the videos and look at the ridiculous concepts there are out there. It's not just one doctrine. They're blending 10, 15 different doctrines together to create a new doctrine. And none of it is biblical. Not a single ounce of it is biblical. If you guys haven't yet, go watch Diamond Justification's last video where he was talking about the bride of Christ. And you know what? Other people are going to find this video. The people that I've shadow banned that were giving me heck about the other video, they're going to call their friends over to comment because nobody's seeing their comments. And they're going to harass me on that. It's one woman. Okay, tell me what woman it is. Give me a name. And is it like retroactive? Does she live forever or does she die and then another one comes in her place? Does that bride have a daughter and then that daughter become the bride over the last 2,000 years? How does it work? Well, none of you know how it works because you're all stupid. All you guys are idiots. And I don't mean that in a derogatory term. I mean that you literally don't know what you're doing. You don't know what you're talking about because you don't read the Bible. You're not studying it. You're looking at videos and only taking the scriptures they give you, and you're not reading them in context. How do I know? Because that's exactly how it happens every single time. And somebody will always put a link. You need to listen to this teacher. It's funny because they'll tell me, you need to stop listening to the doctrines of men. Here, watch this guy. Wouldn't that be a doctrine of men? Just saying. So, ridiculous, ridiculous, ridiculous. I keep waiting for Joan Martin to pop up and say, I'm the bride. She's doing videos now, by the way. Oh, man, I was dying. Anyway, guys, just wanted to do that real quick just to show you guys how, and it gets worse than this, how ridiculous this goes. It is astonishing at what people will come up with. And what's really, really, really shocking, these are people that you walk next to, shop with, and work with every day. They're the everyday average American running around that you run into and interact with every single day. You're out in the street with these crazy people. They're behind the wheels of cars. That should terrify you. Love you guys. Guard your hearts and minds because, man, there's some nuts out there. I'll see you guys in the next one.